Okay, I am here at 145 West Middle Street here in Gettysburg, and I am looking at the Steinhour house, also known as the Steinhour rental property or the Ziglar house. Now, this house was originally part of William Penn's colony in Pennsylvania here. When William Penn subdivided his lots, he sold these lots to Mr. Geddes, who was our town founder, and founded the town of Geddestown, which would later become Gettysburg. This house was lot 127E for east, and lot 127 was these two houses right here. This house was built in 1853. And it was originally owned by a man named William Steinhour. And for some years he rented out this house as a rental property, which is kind of unique on what it is today. He owned this house and had it in his possession until around 1859. Then in March of 1860, it was sold to a Henry and Mary Ziglar, who most likely were the occupants of the house during the Battle of Gettysburg. After that, it went into the hands of a William Z. Little, then a James Caldwell in 1869, and he owned it until his death in 1872. And in 1872, the house went into the possession of the Caldwell heirs. Now, what is unique about the house? If you look on it, there is no Civil War marker, yet there are Civil War markers on the houses next to it and the houses across the street. On July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 1863, especially on July 1st, 1863, this house was near the center of the battlefield. When the 1st and 11th Corps of the Union Army collapsed, they collapsed through the town. The 1st Corps under John F. Reynolds coming from the west, and of course the 11th Corps from Major General Oliver Otis Howard coming from the north of town. And as these two forces collapsing, one from the north and one from the west, came through the town in this direction, this house nearly sat in the center of that collapse and retreat through the town. Now the house here today sits on the corner of West Middle Street and Franklin Street. And we're going to take a walk around to the back of the house. Okay. Now I do have a newspaper article which I will post that talks a little bit about the house, and it says that a half of a lot is available. It's 30 feet by 180 feet long. It is in the borough of Gettysburg in Adams County. And as we walk around to the back here of 145, you can see the back porch veranda, as you might say. Now, one thing I will say about the house is it has no Civil War plaque on it, and it has recently been remodeled, restored, and it's vinyl sided now, but the house is in excellent condition. Now, this newspaper article about the house stated that it was in the borough of Gettysburg in Adams County, a two-story house that included a wash house, a stable, a well of water, which was near the front door. And that well of water probably sat right here because the two lots, the east lot and the west lot, it says it sat near the front door. So the original well probably sat here. It also said it had fruit trees in the orchard, which were most likely behind it. And it was seized and taken in the execution of the real estate of William Z. Little. And as we stated earlier, William Z. Little was the owner of the property in 1868, which was just a few years after the Battle of Gettysburg. So that kind of gives you an idea of what the house looked like and consisted of on its property just a few years after the Battle of Gettysburg, and probably not a lot had changed since 1863. So during the Battle of Gettysburg, when the Union Army collapsed and retreated through the town, this house actually stood on what was the outskirts, the western part of town. If you look in this direction, house after house has Civil War plaques and were built before the Battle of Gettysburg. But once you pass Middle Street, you have to go all the way up the street and up to the top of that hill there in the distance where you can see the sun setting, and on the left-hand side is the Schultz house, and that appears to be the only other Civil War house in this vicinity. So this house sat on the outskirts of the town of Gettysburg on July 1st, 1863. Now, a little bit about the house today. Today, the house is actually used as a retreat or like a vacation home, and it can be slept in and purchased for a minimum of a 3-night stay. It was remodeled. The new owners remodeled it as a rental retreat, and its name today is the Gettysburg Retreat. And you can stay here in this historic Civil War house for around $225 a night, and of course that doesn't include any peak times of the year where the price may go up, but its average price is $225 a night with a minimum 3-night stay. Now consider in Gettysburg, when you stay here in a hotel, that you're going to pay $129, $149, or even more for just a single hotel room with a queen bed or 2 king beds and a small little refrigerator. Here's what you get when you stay here for $225 a night. You get a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, which is in walking distance in the center of the town of all the restaurants, museums, and everything that Gettysburg has to offer. It has 4 queen beds. It has a queen pull-out sofa, 2 bathrooms. It has a kitchen complete with silverware and dishes and pans and pots, a washer and a dryer to do your clothes in for no extra cost. It has an ironing board, air conditioning. It has a video library with Civil War movies that you can watch while you're here staying. Some of those movies include Gettysburg, Glory, Andersonville. There's also other movies, popular movies like Star Wars and such. It has satellite cable television. And again, if you want to stay here at the Gettysburg Retreat, you can call 717-253-0788. That's 717-253-0788, and you can ask for Pat and Sandy Luckenball. Or you can email them at sandeme17325@yahoo.com. That is SANDEEME 17325@yahoo.com. Again, we are here at 145 West Middle Street and looking at the historic Steinhour house, Steinhour rental property, or you could call it the Ziglar house, named after Henry and Mary Ziglar, who were here during the Battle of Gettysburg in this house. Also today used as a rental retreat house called the Gettysburg Retreat, which you can stay here for $225 a night with a minimum 3-night stay, and have all the luxuries and within close walking distance of everything here that Gettysburg has to offer. We're going to take a look at this house a little bit later on another video. It's going to be called Inside the Steinhour House. We're going to take a look inside, and I'm going to show you all the great amenities, the beds, the decor, which is, I've been in this house before. It has a real nice antique decor to it. You're going to see the video library and all this thing has to offer here. So this has been the Steinhour House on Gettysburg Battlefield Facebook. Steinhour House, also known as the Ziglar House, which today is the Gettysburg Retreat. It's a historic 1853 Civil War home that's been refurbished and remodeled in the last couple years. And I was fortunate enough to obtain permission from the owners to give you guys an inside tour of the house so you get to see exactly what you get when you stay here. We did a video earlier on the outside of the house with all the history, the different owners in the house, and then of course the today's retreat and the pricing and such. But to take you inside and let you see what you're going to get when you stay here, and it's just a bit over the price of a hotel room, where you're going to get a queen bed, a small refrigerator, and maybe a small bathroom. This is a real treat, and I've been in this home before, and I definitely recommend when you come to Gettysburg that you come here and try this place out, and I guarantee you that you'll want to come back over and over again, and you'll want to reserve this house, because throughout the year this house is going to be hard to get. Let's take a look inside the Steinhour house, also known as the Gettysburg Retreat. We're going to go into the back of the house real quick and start back here. And what we call the back bedroom. It's a nice antique looking room. It's got like a brownish beige style paint, and a nice queen size bed here. Antique dressers, and a lot of the wall hangings and stuff are antiques. It has a porch for. It's an unheated porch, but in the summertime, it's really nice. And you can come back here, and there's a little lounge and couch and chairs. All the floors in this house, by the way, have been sanded down. They're all wooden floors that have been sanded down and refinished, and they're absolutely beautiful. Again, the house was built in 1853, and it stood on the western outskirts of Gettysburg. We're walking into the kitchen now, and again, the kitchen is loaded. You have a sink, a coffee maker, a toaster, a nice-looking antique table, stovetop with microwave, and plenty of cabinet space, a nice refrigerator that's clean, and unlike staying in a hotel room, you can have 8-10 people here if you want to. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. The neat thing about the house is eventually a lot of the antiques that you see all along here are going to be up for sale. So if you want something in the house and it has a price tag on it, you're going to be able to not only stay here, but you're just going to be able to leave a check here on the table for the price of the antique that you want. Just leave the owners with a note. They've done a beautiful job decorating it with antique stuff. There's also a retreat book that has the house rules and the guest information packet. It's filled with magazines and menus to different places and pizza delivery and any restaurant, bus tours, you name it, visitor information. It has a book. So when you come here, you get the full package. You not only get the house, but you get the entire experience as you're right here near the center of town. This house is located, again, at 145 West Middle Street, and it is the Gettysburg Retreat. As we walk down the hallway, we're going to be looking at the nice woodwork, and our next stop is going to be the laundry room. Unlike a hotel where you have to go down to a laundry room, you can do your laundry as you stay here right in the laundry room. You have a washer and dryer, and again, nice antique looking signs hanging on the wall that really look nice. Then next room is the downstairs bathroom. Real cute looking small bathroom, but does the job, and everything is done for you. You have all your sheets laundered, your towels are already done. All you got to do is come here, stay, and use the stuff. As we go into the living room over here, this room is really nice. It's got a HD TV, a video library, a book library. The front door is here, and there's paintings and photographs of different Union and Confederate generals, some Dale Gallen artwork on the wall, a smaller couch and a larger couch, so you can just sit back, kick back, and relax, and enjoy your stay here. Nice lamps. The neat thing about it is if you're staying here in Gettysburg and you want to, while you're staying here, watch the movie Gettysburg, you can watch it. They have the video and DVD library. with movies, Civil War related movies, Ken Burns' Civil War, as well as a book library. So if you're a reader, you can read books on General A.P. Hill or Morning at Willoughby Run, or books on Abraham Lincoln or the Confederacy. And again, as I said before, the floors have been completely redone. They've been sanded and varnished, and they're beautiful. We're going to take a walk upstairs and see the upstairs of the house. And as we get up here, again, the floors are all done. This place is beautiful. Here's one of the bedrooms upstairs here. Nice sized bed, small high definition television, closet. And again, nice country, antique looking wall hangings. This is the room that has the cool bed. This is another bedroom for upstairs. Queen size bed, a nice small HD TV here, and lamps. And again, real plain, real simple, but you know, for your money, it is going to be hard to beat staying at a place like the Gettysburg Retreat. Upstairs bathroom. Nice country looking style bathroom here. And then the red room. And again, this is a beautiful bed. It's huge, and a lot of the stuff is homemade. The bed is actually made of the original porch, the veranda that's outside, which we're going to walk out to in a minute. Again, television. Now we're going to walk out onto the balcony. So if you stay here, you have access to a balcony that goes outside in the summertime. And again, this house was built in 1853, so it's a Civil War house. Again, the older balcony began to rot a few years ago, so all of it was replaced. Some of it was used for that bed back there. And again, this sits right here in the middle of town. You have the Kenny's Market that's right here. So you have a supermarket if you need to buy any food for this house that you can walk to right across the street. And then again, the upstairs hallway. And we're going to head back downstairs. So again, this has been a video inside the Steinhour house, today known as the Gettysburg Retreat. 1853 Civil War home that you can come and stay at and rent for 2 or 3 days, 3 days or so. And if you want to stay longer, you can stay longer. Again, the owners, Pat and Sandy Luckenball, have remodeled this house and done a beautiful job restoring it. And you can contact them by calling 717-253-0788. And it's located at 145 West Middle Street here in Gettysburg. This has been the Steinhour House Inside Part 2 on Gettysburg Battlefield Facebook.